This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're in a room together and we're gonna need our wits and all of our smarts, putting them together to try to get us unlocked and out of this place within 60 minutes. Today we're gonna be looking at Unlocked. This is from Space Cowboys and this is an escape room style adventure at home. It takes 60 minutes exactly to play. Now I'm gonna do a non-spoiler tutorial, just show you how the game works, and then I'm gonna come back for my final thoughts. Here are the three initial games coming out in the Unlock system. I'm just going to show you without spoilers a tutorial as how the game and the system actually works. Now each of the versions come with this same tutorial, but it's just to learn the game. So you would flip over the first card, and here in the office you see different cards. So you would just find those cards in the deck and then look for those numbers and flip them up. So here's all the cards that I've revealed from these numbers, and there's different types of cards. Yellows are basically ones that need code. Now there's also an app that comes with the game. Now this app will count down how much time you have left. The full game of this lasts 60 minutes. The tutorial is just 10 minutes. In the app you can ask for hints. You can find out if there's any hidden object you're looking for. You can play with the settings. Some things, if you guess wrong, will give you penalties and will lose you minutes. Here you can ask for hints. You could click this, and then you could ask for hints normally. Here's where you would enter in the code to see if you get through specific spots. So we're looking at this, and we see yellow. Those ones are that. Green ones are machines, which means you usually have to use them with something else. What this means is that there's something to do with these numbers here that when you put them together, they will equal a red card. But in this game, you're always putting blue cards with red cards. If you notice, the blue one has a puzzle piece with sort of a notch, and the red cards always have ones that receive notches. So in this case, let's try to put the key into this desk, and how you do that to see if it works is you just add those numbers together, and we have 46. We would look through the deck of cards that we have, and we do have a 46, so we would go ahead and flip that one up. It also tells us, hey, now remove cards 11 and 35, which are these two, so we could remove those from the game, and now we have this. And it tells us there's two interesting things here. Well, here we see a number 16, so we would look for a number 16 in the deck. Sure enough, we found it. We'd flip it over, and we found a wire. This wire is blue. It goes with a red card. Now, we see this. This looks interesting. It's straight down with a 9 grid. So here we'll use this wire with this, and we'll do this. So we have 3 plus 6, which is the middle wires going down. That's 9. Red is 9, 16 is blue. We add those together. We come up with 25. We flip it over and see if we're right. Yes, we're right. And now we can throw away the 16, the 46, and the 67. And this thing says it is a blue plus 6 modifier. So we can add this number to different things, like a red object or a machine. Well, we've got electricity. Let's add it to the TV. So we add those two numbers together, 6 and the 42, and we have 48. And sure enough, the TV turns on. We can get rid of these two cards because it tells us so. And then we're looking at a code. Here's the code to the exit, and we see red, so the code's going to be 9, yellow, 3, blue, 7, green, 2. We would put that into the app here. We're going to say code. And we are going to say 9, 3, 7, and 2, and hooray, we got out. So that's the tutorial. That's pretty much how it works. All right, now there is Unlocked. Now what do I think about this? Now I did previously do a sort of a sneak peek where I had played sort of the elite version of the game, which was like a half of a normal full-sized one, and I had given my final thoughts there. So now that I've had a chance to play all three of the first set that have come out, what do I think? Well, let me first talk about the things I liked. First of all, those boxes, they're small and they're inexpensive. Retail is $15 a piece. That's half of what it would cost you to go to an escape room itself. And you've got, you could play this with many people. So I think the value is great with this because it's very inexpensive. So even if you didn't enjoy it, you're only out 15 bucks and it's worth a shot. So I like how it's inexpensive there. Now, I also like the tutorial is very cool. They put them in all of the boxes. So regardless of which one you get, you're gonna have that tutorial to learn the game. And I thought that was a very clever way because you won't be really that confused at all when you're playing the normal game because you've already gone through the tutorial. I like the app. It's really cool because It has the sort of the countdown, and it has ways where you can, ask for hints. They come out there, you're pushing the codes in. Sometimes you have to push a penalty button and lose some time. And I think the app was a good aspect of this, and it was implemented well. I like that it does feel escape room-ish because it does have a 60-minute timer. So you do feel like you're up against the clock. Every minute means something, and so it did feel a little bit like that. Now, what about the things I didn't like about it? Well, or any negatives? I felt like the system itself is somewhat limited. Essentially it's just cards. There's no extra tokens, there's no little things that you're opening up, there's no like excitement of, ooh, wow, let's open this package up, let's see what we have. And so I think the system itself is quite limited because it's just cards. And for that, I don't feel like this system is nearly as immersive as some of the other 4 major systems that have already come out. Now in the future, I'll probably do a review of comparing and contrasting all the systems that are in the different escape room games that have come out over the last year. But this one didn't feel as immersive as the other ones. It just, you just got these cards, you know what's there. Sure, some cool things will happen, and sometimes you got to use some different things. I don't want to spoil anything, but it just felt like it wasn't quite as immersive as some of the other ones. So a little a tick down there. One problem I really had with the game was there seemed to be, for me and my group, too many sort of visual tricks going on. Now, there's times I showed you in the tutorial where you opened up the chest and there was sort of that number, there was a number in there, I can't remember the number, maybe 13 or something, and you go and you find that card. Well, often, or more often than I would like, you're looking for these little clues and you're stuck until you see one of these. And you don't know when they are. So you're looking at the cards and you're like, do I see anything? No, I don't see anything. Then later on, you're like, guys, we've been stuck for 15 minutes. Look at this. Look at that. You hold it this way and you can see a number in there. Let's get the card, and then boom, then you're on your way. Now, I will say that there is a way sort of in the app to sort of cheat a little bit and tell when there is a visual clue. So that should help you. But especially one of these, the one with the clown, there was so many of these visual clues. It felt like half the game was trying to put together these visual clues. And that just wasn't that fun. I mean, you're just missing something with your eye. Again, I think they're limited to the system, so they have to resort to some of these tricks. And also, one of the 3 of these series was a complete dud. It's the island, the one with the island, the one that says 2 to 6 players. Don't even try playing this with 2 players. This is I would say it's a 4+ player game. And there's a lot of things I didn't like about it, but I don't want to spoil it for you. There's a certain aspect of this thing that the whole way that the thing works is not fun, especially if you play with less than 4 players. And it was so hard. I don't mind hard, but if it's really hard, you should be giving us better hints. And even after playing the game, I went back and looked through the walkthrough and went, there's no way we would figure this out. Even with the hints were not good enough. So unfortunately, this system had one of the 3 that was a complete dud for us. So now, I did enjoy it. This might have seemed like a very negative review. It's not. I actually enjoyed them as a whole. And if someone came up to me and said, hey, I got the new unlock, you want to play it? Absolutely. I love escape rooms so much and puzzle games so much. I'm going to play it with you and I'll probably have a fun time. But it's probably my least favorite of all the ones that have come out of the different systems, and it does have some issues that aren't quite as good as the other ones, but it's still fun, and for 15 bucks it's still a good value, and that's Unlock.
This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.